Jackie, and I'm here with Isis of Barb Wire Dolls here at Vans Warped Tour. How are you doing so far today?
I'm doing good. It's a nice day.
Glad the weather cleared up for everybody involved.
Yeah, yesterday there was a hurricane that came out of nowhere for like an hour, lifted tents, like threw things. It's just crazy.
Everything's intact for you guys?
Everybody, as soon as they saw the rain clouds, ran to the tent and knew, oh my God, we have to take care of the merch in case it starts raining. So everybody had grabbed a leg of the tent and kept it down without it flying out, and like everything was already put together. So we didn't lose anything, but I've heard some horrific stories from yesterday. And
I've seen some pictures. It is not good.
yeah, it sucks.
Well, I'm glad you guys are okay.
Yeah.
So being from Greece, how do fans differ across the Atlantic Ocean as far as either how they jam out to your music or how you relate to them?
Fans don't differ at all. Borders do not change who a person is at all. We are all the same deep down, and music inspires us in the same way. And being a band from Greece, it was a huge opportunity for us to come to the States and play, because we were the first rock punk band to come and play the U.S. From Greece as a Greek band. And so that made history, and if anything, it's helped everything back home in Greece. Now bands are actually coming over and touring. They're touring more outside in Europe too, and just generally knowing that there is an opportunity out there. As long as you just put your mind to it, you can achieve anything. So
Excellent. I love that. It's a great way to represent as well. What do you think the role of punk music is in the world in 2017? Because there certainly is one, I think.
I don't know what the role of punk music is, because punk music varies so much. There are so many bands that are under the punk genre here on Vans Warped Tour, let's just say, and there's absolutely nothing that actually unites us. The love of music and the fact we started this band because I couldn't play a musical instrument. This is my first band, and I needed to express something, and I wanted to start a musical, or something musical, and a band just seemed logical, and punk rock seemed doable, as opposed to trying to do like a Led Zeppelin tribute band, which would have been terrible.
I'm trying to picture that now.
No, it would have been terrible. But I think the core of it all is that we do music because we need to do music. And punk music, my idea of punk music, where it has a message and even maybe a little political stance, is important nowadays, because people need something that's relevant. They're sick and tired of all these American Idol shows and things that aren't real, these Kardashian people on TV, people that just present what's fake in the world. And yeah, okay, sometimes you don't need to look at reality. You want something to take your mind off what reality really is. But you as a person can change your reality, and you can do whatever you want with it and wish with it. And watching something that's fake is just biding time for you to actually take the stance and do something with your life. So punk music is necessary. All music is necessary because it's real.
Excellent. I love that. I dig that. How your single Back in the USSA, how does that reflect your overall sound on Rub My Mind?
It does not reflect the sound. Every song has its own entity to it on this album. You will not find one song that sounds like the other. In fact, this album is not boring at all. It's very interesting. It's very different. When we were invited to go record at Rancho de la Luna in Joshua Tree Desert by the owner, Dave Catching. Dave Catching's also the guitarist of Eagles of Death Metal. And the whole studio is just a historic studio out there. It's where, Caius and Queens of the Stone Age started, and the whole desert scene out of that area came out of that studio. And when we were invited to go record there by Dave, that night was the attacks in Paris with the Bataclan, and it was absolutely a horrific experience for everyone watching, and of course everyone that was involved in that at the time. And we thought that we weren't going to go record, considering what happened, and maybe they want to hide at their studio or something. But Dave told us, no, the music must go on, and we were the first band to go and record there after those horrific attacks. And we went in there with only 3 songs initially to record, because it was just a great opportunity to go record there, and we ended up writing the whole album there just in 2 days, because the next day Iggy Pop was coming in to do Post-Pop Depression with Josh Homme. So even though they only gave us 2 days, I am so proud of this album. It's like we worked on this album for like years. Every song has emotion in it, and that emotion is presented beautifully in them.
Wow, that's wonderful. What are some musical influences that can be heard? Who else do you listen to that might have a little influence?
You know, the great thing about our influence in punk rock comes from the early days, from the beginning of punk rock, when every single band sounded differently. And it was important to be different in order to be considered punk rock, because you were showing something different to the world, and the fact that art has many faces to it. And all these people are artists first and foremost. And we come from an artist commune. We're also, you know, artists in our own ways. And so we started this band in order to express something, you know. And so all our influences come from back in the day. You know, where the Clash were completely different from Blondie, and the Ramones are totally different from Devo, you know. And we have, you know, some Devo beats in there. We have some, you know, desert vibes influence, because it was all written in the desert. And, you know, you'll hear Mazzy Star to Nirvana in there. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great collection of influences. I dig that. So let's do a little rapid fire question. Give me the first answer that comes to your mind.
Oh my God, I'm terrible at these games.
I'll try to be gentle.
Okay.
If I weren't a musician, I would be
A politician. I don't know why I said that.
I want to see that. I want to see that.
Be a politician.
My music idol is?
First thing, John Lydon came into my mind.
Ooh, okay. The best perk or best part of being a musician is?
The free stuff.
Hey,
Yeah,
that works.
sure.
The toughest or most challenging part of being a musician?
The touring, but that's also the best part too.
Before I was a musician, I had a job as a?
Surfer. I was actually endorsed, and I was flown around the world surfing.
Nice. If I could collaborate with anyone outside of my genre, it would be?
Henry Rollins, but he's in my genre.
I think it's still fair. I mean, he's awesome, so that counts.
He's awesome. He is.
And last question, meant to be a positive one. A song I'd like played at my funeral.
One of our songs, probably. And it would be from the new album, Fade Away.
All right. Well, then be sure to catch that and much more from Barb Wire Dolls. This is Jackie. Thanks to Chorus FM and One Avenue.